behind. I don't like standing behind the podium. I got bad memories from speaking other places, so I'm going to take the phone off. Good morning. Okay, everybody stand up. Everybody stand up. You're physical educators and health educators. We have to do a much better job than that. I'm going to ask you one more time. Good morning.
Good morning.
One more time. Good morning.
Good morning.
If I have to stand up here and take all kinds of questions and answer them, then you guys have to be awake. So you can sit down now. Thank you. My name's David Garbarino. I'm the Director of Health, Physical Education, Athletics, and Health Services for the Binghamton City School District. Basically, those are my 4 titles, and then I do whatever else they ask me to do, which is on any given day could be anything. A little intro to me, that's what I'm doing now. My first question would be...
Okay, your first question is, what motivates you to take on the challenge and responsibilities of the President-elect of New York State AHPERD?
For me, and I work with lots of kids in regards to, college and where they're going, what they want to do when they grow older, and I'm sure a lot of you also do too. I was fortunate enough to when I was about 12 years old, the only thing that really enticed me to be able to want to do something when I grow older was physical education and coaching. I'm like, that's where my niche was. I had a bunch of great teachers and coaches that inspired me, so therefore that's where I went for. When I went to college, I didn't have the grades to get into a 4-year establishment, so I went to Herkimer Community College. Now I had a vision of what physical education and coaching was. I didn't know what it really was, and I hadn't been around people that are also as enticing and in love with it being able to have physical education and athletics in their world. When I went to Herkimer Community College for the first time, I went there for a year. When I was there, bottom line was I met other people that had the same kind of things that I wanted to do. They wanted to be involved in physical education and in athletics. So therefore, that's where I started. I also, after Herkimer Community College, went to Cortland. How many Cortland State people do we have? On that note, how many college students do we have right now here? Teachers? Administrators? Oh boy, okay. So to answer the first question, I always knew what I wanted to do, and it was always a passion of mine to be able to, once I got to Cortland and figured out what exactly I wanted to get into and what I wanted to get involved with, that's when I started to continue to motivate myself to get better and better and better at my craft. I had a job and I went to student teaching in Syracuse. I then went from Syracuse to Candor, New York, where I learned about movement education. Now, some of you aren't as old as I am, so back when I was getting into phys ed, movement education was the brand new thing that everybody was doing. So I didn't learn it in college. I learned it when I was when I got into a new job. From there, I went to Binghamton. I taught for 13 years in Binghamton, and I've been an athletic director now for 14. Question number 2.
Okay, what do you consider the 2 primary challenges facing New York State AHPERD, and what recommendations do you have for addressing these challenges?
Number 1, I think with all the hoops that the state is allowing to have phys ed teachers, health teachers jump through to be qualified to be able to teach, we're chasing people away. And we're chasing good people away who should be in our profession and want to be in our profession, but don't have the do-all or do-all to be able to be involved in it. So one of those things would be, I think one of the things we have to do is try to find a way to be able to drag people back into physical education and health. Because I'll give you a perfect example. In my district, we can't find enough subs. They're not out there. We don't have phys ed subs. So we have to hire someone that's not certified in phys ed, and therefore that ends up reflecting on the students. So there's a perfect example in my world where we have to do a better job dragging people back in. Secondly, I think since I've been involved, whether it's the New York State Public High School Association, whether it's New York State Athletic Association, whether it's New York State AHPERD, any of the organizations I've been with, there's always been a battle in regards to phys ed and health in regards to how important they are. So I feel that I've been battling with them, whether it's the state, whether it's people around in my district, whether it's, you go to a party and people say, what do you guys just do, throw the ball out? You're a phys ed teacher? I'm like, I'm sure you all hear that, and it's changed dramatically, and people, when I talk to people my age about physical education, they remember what they did when they were in phys ed, and I have to educate them. Sometimes it goes well, sometimes it doesn't. But for the most part, I have to educate them in regards to what we do now. With that being said, I think we still have to continue to lobby. I think that we have to be considered to be partnerships with the New York State Education Department in regards to continuously to be on their tails and make sure that everything that we do and any regulations that they possess or want to be able to put upon us or enforce, we're at the table to be able to make decisions with them, opposed to them making decisions without us. Question number 3.
What leadership qualities, excuse me, do you possess that would equip you to serve as New York State AHPERD President-elect?
Well, I think number 1, I've been the president of the Council of Administrators, which is part of New York State AHPERD. I've been the president of the New York State Athletic Association. I've been a leader in regards to our area, which would be Section 4, in regards to phys ed and health. We have, if Carrie Bullock would have been here, but she's just had a baby, but she has leadership meetings that we have with all of our teachers in our area, as well as the administrators, so I am part of that. I manage to be able to give physical education and health to 7,000 kids in the city of Binghamton. And with that all being said, I think I have a pretty good rounded idea of what it takes to be a good leader and what talents I have to bring to the table to be able to do that.
Okay, thank you. Any final remarks?
In my closing, I'd just like to say this. I am honored to be here, to be able to be in front of you, whether I'm the president or not. I will just leave with this comment. If I am elected, nobody is going to work any harder at what we do in the New York State AHPERD than I will for you. So thank you.